Hello there, and welcome to another great video game ideas not used video, GVGINU for short. I'm Andre, tell you my name in every video, but it's just because I'd rather this feel more personal than to feel like I'm some sort of godlike person staring down at you. Though I guess, in a way, the way I hold the camera doesn't help much. So, hopefully this is better. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about this time around would be Star Wars. Namely, Knights of the Old Republic and the Old Republic, though I will go with the latter first because that's what I wanted to talk about initially. When I first heard about Star Wars the Old Republic, I was hoping the game would actually be a prequel to Knights of the Old Republic. And I'm pretty sure there were probably a few other people like me that thought that that would be the direction that it was taken. And it wasn't. I mean, it disappointed me some. Not because I think the Old Republic is a bad game, just because I really wanted to see what the Republic Jedi Mandalorian War was like. It's an interesting story, especially when you hear about it in Knights of the Old Republic. You want to know what it was like. You want to be there and find out. And I always thought, well, if they're going to do it, they're going to go ahead and make this. Since they were talking about making an MMO, they would go ahead and make this game and give you this war that you know nothing about, like how Revan and Malak and the Exile, and they all left and ignored what the Jedi Council had decreed and helped the Republic when the Mandalorians were basically slaughtering them. I mean, it was something I was really highly interested in, and it's something I still am interested in. And I'd always seen it as if you would be like this Jedi or a Republic soldier who was behind Revan while he was fighting this war, who was rallied behind him throughout this whole thing as he was trying to save the Republic. And eventually he turned to a Sith. We all know this. But I had always wanted to see, like, just from, like, you could be just, like, a lower level soldier, basically, working as a member of this gigantic army that rallied behind Revan. And it's something that should have been done, and hopefully it will be done. I mean, it's something in Star Wars lore that I want to be able to see and experience. I mean, even if it doesn't get turned into a game, there are plenty of opportunities other places that it could be, that this whole war could be shown, and Revan's transformation can be shown to everyone. I never got with the idea of leaving that open like that. I mean, you know what happened, but you don't know how it happened. You don't know who the major players in that war were, other than a few select characters that ended up in KOTOR. And then, why not? Why can't we experience it? That's my question. And I know I would definitely enjoy it. There's no way I couldn't enjoy it unless the game played horribly. But if they stick with the formula that they have for the Old Republic and just make this game, I don't see it being a problem. This is honestly, I've played the Old Republic and it is a good game. It's probably not the best game I've played. And I will say, yes, I did enjoy playing Knights of the Old Republic and playing the Sith Lords more than I've enjoyed playing the Old Republic. But, like I said, it's not a bad game. I just prefer the single-player experience that both of those games gave to the way that multiplayer experience is. That's pretty much all there is to it. Because I'm pretty sure there are plenty of people who love the Old Republic way more than they like Knights of the Old Republic. Which is fine. Everybody has their opinion. But on with that too, the Old Republic, the actual game, is actually only 300 years, well, not only, but it's 300 years after the events of Knights of the Old Republic. So why is Knights of the Old Republic not still being made? I I mean, honestly, if you think about it, the Old Republic itself kind of covers another chapter, a completely different Star Wars chapter. Whereas Knights of the Old Republic is its own. At least in my eyes, that's how I see it. I don't think everybody agrees with me, but who cares? Like I said, everybody has their opinion. But I would really like to see Knights of the Old Republic continued. There is room for a KOTOR 3. And yes, a lot of people disliked the second one, but I honestly enjoyed the game. Like, yes, it had its bugs and its problems, but that was because Obsidian was rushed to put it out. What people assume is that they rushed to put it out themselves because they were money hungry. But honestly, why would they spend so much time on making the game what it was and want to rush it out? I don't think that, like, honestly, from my perspective, they didn't rush it. They were rushed to put it out. And you can agree or disagree with me. I mean, I don't know all of the facts of the situation, but that's what I'm saying, is that I think they were rushed. Just kind of like we got a shitty-ass Sonic the Hedgehog in 2006 because it was rushed, but it wasn't Sega who rushed it. When you think about it, PS3 was coming out, and we knew Microsoft, the 360 was getting the game. So, I have a feeling, yeah, Sony kind of rushed them to get it out so that it would be on the PS3 in time for the holiday season. So in that, we got shitty game. But again, aside from what I'm talking, because it should be about Star Wars and not Sonic. Yeah, that was a bad sidetrack there. Anyway, there's plenty of room between KOTOR and the Old Republic to put in a few more stories. I mean, they don't have to be right after the Sith Lords. They don't. But, I mean, they can do a few different stories. I mean, seeing as the Exile basically revived based on the Sith Lords, basically the Exile brought back being a Jedi. I mean, as far as I know, I don't remember if that's completely canon. I don't even remember if they left that in canon or not. I'm foggy on the details. I haven't really looked. I've just played the games. That's pretty much it. But, I mean, there's still room. And I would love to see just like some other unique single-player experiences that follow the KOTOR line. KOTOR. Tongue-tied. But I don't want them to, like, do a hack job on it. Like, if you didn't like playing the Sith Lords because of, like, the missing content and the bugs that were in the game, there is the Sith Lords content restoration mod. And I haven't really played it yet. I mean, I have it, but I haven't played it yet. And I'm going to, just to see what I missed that was supposed to be in the game, because I played the Xbox version of the game. I haven't played the PC one, though I have it now. So that's what I'm looking into. But, yeah, there's that. I just wanted to mention it because I know there were a lot of people that were angry about it, and there's probably not as many people who know about the content restoration pack mod. I said pack. But that's why I just wanted to cover that, just to put it out there for those people that were looking, if they don't know and they happen across this video. Anyhow, aside from that, I would love to kind of like have some of the gaps filled in, and also to go past what we know from episodes 1 through 6 in Star Wars. I would like to see like an individual play experience that documents Luke Skywalker's nephew. I think his name, I don't know how to pronounce it, so don't be anal about it. I think it's Jason Solo. I mean, that's what I get based off of the spelling. I don't know just yet. It could be Jason or Jakin. Either way. But I would like to see his whole life played out as a game. Like, and it could be done completely separately. I mean, it could be done sort of like, let's say Shadows of the Empire was done. And that was an awesome game on the 64. But, I don't know. It's just there's so many opportunities for the Star Wars world to be expanded that aren't being done, and I think it's just a shame because it's really good, honestly. Sounds like my kids are playing with some stuff, but honestly, I would like to see what it's like to have those experiences. I especially want to see what it would be like to play as a character in the pre-KOTOR era war that happened, that changed Revan from the person he was to the Sith he became before he had lost his memory. I really would like to see that. And I also want to see, like, yeah, they could make the Exile have some cameos and actually give her a name. Like, because I don't know what her name is officially, and I think she deserves one as a major character in Star Wars. I mean, she made cameos, and I think she made cameos in the Old Republic. I'm not exactly sure, but I think she did. Honestly, I just don't know how, but I haven't played that far into it yet. And I mean, so far I've enjoyed it, but I'm getting way off base here. I think that's it right there. There's not much else I want to talk about with Star Wars at the moment. I mean, if anything else ever comes up, yeah, I'll definitely make a video about it. But just keep an eye out for my content and things like that, because I'm working on my podcast. I just don't know at this moment what exact direction I want to take them. And I don't want to make podcasts that are exact clones of my videos, because I don't feel like doing that is right. Like, yeah, you might want to listen to it, but I'd rather it be that I'm actually making them and have something that I want to talk about for my podcast and actually do that would be separate from my videos and not the exact same content. Had an air bubble trapped. I was just getting it loose. But like I said, just keep an eye out for all my stuff. I have more articles coming. I'm working on more than one at right this moment. And like I said, I'm still trying to get my podcast and things done. And for people who have had trouble accessing my website, I've come to realize that Comcast tends to block the server that my site is on with the hosting website. So, I mean, hopefully it will be fixed, because they're in talks with Comcast right now. Comcast Cable to fix it. And I've also heard that people have gotten spam warnings from it. And I can assure you, I would not do that to people, because I wouldn't want that done to me. I mean, I know I've heard that it's been like virus reports. I'm not exactly sure why that is. It might just be because the site that hosts my website is actually a European website. Like, they have their like stuff in Europe. I don't know exactly. But I promise you, it is nothing that is going to harm anything on your computer. It might also be because they have so many different websites along with their servers, and they range from varied adult content to stuff for children and games and things like that. So it could just be that there's confusion with that. Hopefully, though, like I said, it'll all be fixed soon. And if you're viewing my website, as far as I know, Firefox is the best browser to use for it. Like I said, it's because of the host for it. I'm hopefully going to be able to fix my website URL soon. Trying to get that all taken care of. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that's got put behind because of this whole Comcast cable thing. But anyway, like I said, please keep your eyes out for my new stuff. I'm constantly working on it. It's just not as quick as I want it to be, but that's also because I'm a one-man operation at the moment. Alright, got that all out of the way. Thank you very much for your time, for checking out my video. And my website is gvginu.ucoz.com. Hopefully you can get to it with no trouble. Like I just explained, there have been problems, and I have been doing what I can. Keep your eye out for my content, and until then, enjoy your games.